Turkey not looking good this morning, that's for sure. The Turkish lira very much on the floor. Piotr Matys joins us now, Rabobank emerging market strategist. Piotr, I know it's become a bit of a routine that you and I only usually catch up when something like this happens, and it speaks to the frequency of how often these kinds of things happen in Turkey. What's different about this moment?
I would say that there are, first of all, lots of similarities of what we witnessed in the summer of 2018. The Turkish lira is falling quite precipitously, and the central bank faces the same major dilemma as on previous occasion, whether interest rates should raise quite substantially by a few hundred basis points. The main difference between summer 2018 and right now is that Governor Fullscale, who was appointed in the middle of 2019 to slash interest rates aggressively, faces a tremendous challenge of convincing President Erdogan that raising interest rates would be the right thing to do. And my concern is that he will find it so difficult to convince President Erdogan that Turkey may come dangerously close or perhaps beyond the point of no return, and we're going to witness a full-scale currency crisis in Turkey.
Piotr, what does a full-scale currency crisis actually look like in Turkey?
To me, it would we would see dollar lira at around 10 or even higher. We would see Turkish residents running towards the nearest bank to withdraw dollars because suddenly trust in banks may evaporate. And actually, in my note, I emphasize that trust is one of the most important indicators worth watching in coming weeks or even days, because as we know, the central bank currently relies on record high dollar deposits, borrows dollars from commercial banks to replenish falling FX reserves. So if there's a run on a bank in Turkey, important to emphasize no such signals, warning signals yet, but if such scenario were to unfold, then dollar lira we would see it significantly higher at completely uncharted territory.
On Bloomberg Radio, Bloomberg Television now, watching the markets moving here, talking emerging markets with Piotr Matys of Rabobank. Gold just out to new record highs. Piotr, tell me what a Turkey does where they have two regimes. They have a dollar-based financial system and a lira-based financial system. How do the people of Turkey survive this currency collapse?
The good news is that Turkish households and corporates are relatively well prepared. They hedge against even weaker lira, as reflected in record high dollar deposits at above $200 billion. So they are prepared. That said, there would be tremendous pain, nevertheless, because a weaker lira, even at current levels, is going to have significant inflationary consequences at the time when inflation is at around 12% and is likely to remain in double-digit territory in coming months, which in turn is going to keep real interest rates deeply in negative territory. And this is one of the reasons why Turkish lira is so vulnerable.
Piotr, just zooming out a little bit, Turkey is its own case, but I wonder how representative it is of other emerging markets that have high foreign currency exposure. I'm just thinking about the fact, this statistic really struck me, that the Turkish central bank spent more to support its currency in the first 6 months than all of 2019, and you're seeing their foreign currency reserves decline. How much of a common story is this?
Turkish lira are definitely, to a large extent, decoupled from other emerging currencies. July, for most of them, was actually a very, very good month. So there are some great opportunities in EM space. Turkey is a specific story. I think it's a lesson. It's a warning signal to other influential leaders not to interfere in monetary policy. Leave central banks alone and make sure that they do their job properly. And my concern is that at the time when across emerging markets, central banks cut interest rates to record low levels and, more importantly, started using quantitative easing, there's going to be lots of far more political interference in monetary policy. So I hope that politicians in other EM countries will refrain from trying to influence monetary policy, and Turkey is a very good lesson.